Hello beautiful souls, welcome back to the Aura Academy YouTube channel. I'm Helen Plan, your host. I am a Hay House author, Aura Color Intuitive, Certified Crystal Healer, 3rd generation Feng Shui Master, Angel Channeler, and Intuitive Painter. In this video, I am going to talk about, what is your life purpose, how you can find and live your soul's purpose with joy and fulfillment. Wow, I've been actually a dedicated both student and teacher on this topic for more than a decade now. And actually to the extent that I'm currently writing a book with Hay House Publishing. It's a system called the Aura Color Wheel to help you to find and live your purpose with joy and fulfillment. So before we dive deeper into the topic, I want to give you a little bit of a background story of, why this is so important to me. So I still remember it was 2011, so more than a decade ago. At the time I was a PhD student on set to become a professor, and I also was engaged to my current husband at the time. And from the outside world, everything seems perfect. I have a high-paying, stable job. I have a good family, and everything is great. From the cultural standpoint. But I wasn't happy. I was feeling, anxious and depressed. I frequent, a lot of therapists' office, and to a point that there was one episode that I had a meltdown so bad that I had to go to the ER for anxiety and depression. And then I knew that something got to change, otherwise I wouldn't be happy. So I started to ask questions like, how can I be happy? Who am I? Why am I here? Is this my life? And I remember at the time when I started my exploration, I had fell in love with a yoga studio, a local yoga studio, and I did a yoga and meditation teacher training there. And I still remember the first time I did a group meditation, I was crying like a baby, because the energy was supportive and I felt held. I just released a lot of stuck emotion inside of me that's like I've never spoken of, and that really made me feel like, wow, meditation's magical. So from then on, meditation literally became my medication for anxiety and depression. And I started to learn a lot of spiritual wisdoms like, Western and Vedic astrology, Enneagram, numerology, human design, genie keys. I picked up my Feng Shui lineage from my grandma and my father. Started to learn I Ching, Feng Shui birth element, and Gua number for the purpose to really understand the self and the soul, why we're here, right? I also become more and more in tune with energy because for a study period of time of meditation, your mind become quieter and you started to pick up energy around you more. So I started to work with crystal. I offer crystal healings to my clients. I offer Feng Shui consultation to my clients. And I started to pick up my paintbrush again. That was, that gave me so much joy, It was just natural progression about following, what my soul's calling me to do. So professionally, I actually quit my professor job. I actually went back to school for architecture and interior design because ever since I was a kid, I still remember I wanted to become an architect. But however, I was born and raised in China, and at the time, women architects, they said, oh, you're never gonna have family, you're never gonna have time for your children. So it's like it's almost like forbidden, like artists are going to starve themselves. So like I never gotten a chance to actually channel my creative energy, especially get stuck in the sacral chakra, my emotion and creative flow. And so ever since I started to follow the spiritual wisdom and answering the calling, and changing my career into Feng Shui interior design, and later on become a surface pattern designer and a full-blown artist. I just feel like it's something freeing inside of me that's really good. And also at the time, I get more and more training on my spiritual side because I started to see energy. So I study mediumship and also angelic channeling because I also started to see spirit beings. And don't worry about that. That's really loving. That realm is like absolutely unconditional love, and it's not like Hollywood ghost stories at all. Just like I think it's about 6 to 7 years of consistent daily meditation. That's when I started to pick up energy around me. I started to see auras, and I was able to see auras of a space, like the energy of a space, before I can even see auras of a human or animal. So and then I remember during a deep transformation and rebirth process, that a few months that's really strong on me, I did several deep meditations, which actually brings 3 huge mythical experience, I would say, to me. There is one I still remember. It was a past life regression meditation, and I remember that a spirit guy came through during the meditation, and he told me that I am going to write a book about soul's evolution. And he told me that his name is Herbert Spencer. At the time I have no idea. He said that he is an English philosopher in the 18th century. And then I'm like, okay, I don't remember it's 18th or 19th century. But then I remember Google him up. I literally Google him up, like, who's this guy? Then I realized he is actually the author of Social Evolution, using Charles Darwin's, biological revolution theory. I'm like, wow, that's powerful, right? So that was one, when during a deep meditation, I think it's during my course with Rebecca Campbell in the Cosmic Blueprint course. And then the second mythical experience or meditation that's follow along that was it was like a spirit guide meditation, I think, or your soul gift meditation. And there I see vividly a temple inside of Egypt, because I see pyramids. Now, I never personally, physically be in Egypt before, but I can tell, that's a temple inside of Egypt. And on the ceiling, they showed me a ceiling, and it was spinning and turning around, and it was a beautiful map of the 36 original zodiacs. So it was the 36 original zodiacs. That's and then I Google it. I typically use, I know it's like when I become really clairvoyant, I see these images I cannot really fully grasp. I have a journal. I will either draw them down or I write them down, and then I sometimes use image Google to figure out what exactly it is. And then I realized that was the Dendera temple, and on the ceiling was painted the 36 original deacons. That's how Egyptians call it, instead of zodiacs. And it's not the simplified version, the 12 zodiac we have nowadays, but it was the original 36. And I'm like, wow, that's absolutely beautiful. And I remember there was also a your cosmic star being a region, like where your soul family and your where your soul comes besides planet Earth. I still vividly remember I see a crab. I know it sounds like crazy. It's like it's a crab. It's a blue planet, like turquoise, very beautiful. A lot of mountain, not mountains, I don't know how to describe. I remember terrain that the crab was on. It was kind of like a rocky planet, And then and the crab was just walking around, and I'm like, what does that mean, right? So then I just literally Google crab and star, and literally that image, the exact picture, the color, the cosmos, it was called a crab nebula. Oh my gosh, that like my whole body have this, oh my gosh, when I'm talking about it, my full body still have chills all around it. It's the Crab Nebula. That was my home before I come to Mother Earth, and that was the Pleiades. So I am, one of the Pleiadians. They call it the school of star beings. People go there to study. No wonder I love studying so much, because I learned so many spiritual wisdoms. I just like delve really deep into it. Anyway, so those 3 mythical experience really brought me to the vision of this aura color wheel system. That's to help you find your, soul's purpose. So, and the 36, zodiac sign, the original zodiac sign, it's actually coincide with the 36 soul aura colors. Now here, I think if you see my interview about the system, you know that there were different aura colors around you, like 3 different layers. Your mood aura color is the one that changes all the time, but here the system I'm talking about is your soul aura color. It's around your heart, so it's not literally on top of your head. That's more of your mood aura and your personality aura. I know nowadays you can take aura pictures, simple, easy, but this system, the merit is not just telling you what color you are, but more so a tool for self-exploration and fulfillment or self-realization. So it's a tool to, yes, it's to identify your aura color, but also knowing that it can shift and change over time as your soul grow and evolve. So it also offers a blueprint for you to understand, how your soul grows over time. Now, also something during one of my meditation or contemplation when I teach my spiritual course, Flowing with My Rainbow, I remember vividly to have this knowing, that in the knowing, the clear cognizance, clairvoyance and clear cognizance are my 2 strongest psychic abilities. I don't tend to have much of clear audience, so those are just psychic abilities you develop over time. And I still remember, I just know that, okay, so here's the answer. You've been asking what is one's soul's purpose, and the answer is your soul is here to evolve. So you are here to grow, to evolve. And what does this mean? This means to embody your soul gift. We're all given a set of gifts, from past lives, from, our, karmic reasons. We come to this planet to use our soul gift to be of service. And at the same time, we're here to also heal our wounds and learn our soul lessons so that we can become a better version of ourselves. And when we do this in a time, coincide with divine timing, when the universe is calling you to, heal a certain soul wound, because your life, just showing you 1,000 different signals in different angles saying that, okay, this is a repeating pattern, you have to stop. Like for me at the time was anxiety and depression, I need to answer the call. I need to heal it, otherwise, and anxiety and depression is a signal of my root chakra, or the red aura layer. It needs to be healed at the time, right? So I step into it. And then once you started to, work on your soul wounds and learning the soul lessons that you haven't learned from your past life, synchronicity happen. All the good things that in your life, all the things we all yearn for, love, abundance, health, prosperity, peace, harmony. It's like opportunity just opens up, and one thing rolls up to another, and you just feel like, okay, everything flows. And that's an absolutely blissful state that's filled with joy and love, and all the other, material stuff becomes the byproduct of it. It feels so good, and then, that's when I'm fully become like a professional artist, and no, artists don't starve. We can make money out of it. And when I'm stepping into, teaching and helping others to find their soul's purpose, their gifts, help them to heal their wounds, and using this system, that's when I know my heart lights up. I step into a zone that I feel like higher forces is helping me, and I see all these transformations that happen into my students and clients. And I understand, the optimal goal for our soul's purpose is to grow towards enlightenment. What does it mean for enlightenment? It's just like embody your light. So that's why it's called enlightenment. So to going back to the to your light being, we are literally beings of light. We are not just this material body. So the more we strengthen our soul gifts, the more we heal our soul wounds and learn our soul lessons, and we are more aware, the more, polished, let's say it's our aura is. So the more radiant we are. So when we literally radiate the inner light, that's the frequency that you can match with the, the quantum field or the cosmic light or the creator. When you say, that's when you tap into the flow that's never ending, and then fear dispels. You just flow. That was such a blissful state. That's what I think that I would like, not just think, I really believe that we should get into that state. That's when, why we're born here for. And that's what the system, the aura color wheel system that I created for us, it's actually for that purpose, for you to be completely go back to your rainbow flow state, when when your chakra system is completely open. And some of my students actually experience Kundalini awakening because their chakras is completely open and receive, that blissful lotus flower light from the crown chakra. It was absolutely beautiful. And I still remember a saying from Lao Tzu that's really deep inside with me, resonates with me, is that knowing others is wise, but knowing yourself is enlightenment. So this system is literally to help you to, identify your soul gifts, learn how to heal your soul wounds and learn your soul lessons, so that once we work up, every aura layers of our life, we become a walking light. So that's when we attract all these opportunities and all these good things in life, come to us. Now, I would like to, briefly explain what this system is and how you can, benefit from it. And of course, my book is coming out in summer 2025, next year. And at the same time, I will, keep filming videos every week. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get the newest update. As you can see in the previous few weeks, I sent out different, soul aura color profiles in different colors, and and the descriptions of each. Now, because this system is dynamic, it's similar to Enneagram. If you know that, when you are healthy and your soul is growing and embody more light, more layers of your aura becomes your strength. You can exercise your free will to change into a different soul aura colors. So that's why your soul will grow and evolve into a different soul gift archetype. So that's why it's also good for you to take the quiz from time to time to see if your soul aura color has changed and what else do you need to work on. So first of all, this system is based heavily on the chakra system, the Hindu energy center system. So when you there were like 7 major layers that's kind of within our body, the 7 energy centers, and there were some that's above our head and below our feet. So in this system, I included 6 layers of our aura layers, because the crown chakra, the highest chakra, will literally open up when we work up all the other 6 aura layers, inside our body. And in these 6 layers, 2 aura layers are our soul gifts, meaning that we have strength in them, but we still need to claim them to become really good and powerful using them. And then there were like 1 layer of aura is our soul wound, meaning that the difference between soul wound and soul lesson is just wound might take longer time for you to heal, and it might be a deeper scar in your past life, so say. And soul lesson, the other 3 layers are your soul lessons. So meaning that you need to learn to kind of get rid of the repeating negative patterns for you to bloom in your light. So that's how these 6 aura layers combine to make 36 different colors. And it's interesting because I Ching also has 6 lines, and if you know human design and Genie Keys, it's about it's based heavily on I Ching, and that's the combination they come up with. So so first of all, I urge you to take the aura color quiz. It's in the link below. And then you can identify your soul aura color and understand which 2 layers are your soul gifts, and then which aura layer is your soul wound, and what are the other 3 layers are your soul lessons. And then I was starting to sketch out, kind of like do a self-awareness or journaling exercise, and asking yourself like, oh, am I using this strength or the soul gifts that I have in these 2 aura layers doing that? Or am I in a period of my life that I'm currently actually learning a lesson from this particular aura layer? Or I am currently healing my soul wound in this particular aura layer? Now, I also have a very useful manual or guide for you to kind of follow along to get deeper into this practice. So like in the document, in this aura color manual, you can see in the last section, it has like in different aura layer, there are different spiritual practice associated with it. So you can kind of sense or figure out which aura layer that you're currently working on. And then the next step, I will actually map out almost my whole life's journey, like, oh, what am I, at the time, like which soul gift archetype that I was at the time, and how I kind of work on this aura layer and I shift into a different, aura color. So give you an example. I'm born with a tangerine aura color, so I'm an artist soul gift archetype. My strong aura layers are the orange aura layer and the third eye aura layer. So the violet, so the orange is sacral and third eye is violet. So and then I remember when I was a kid, my soul wound is in the throat chakra. So for me, speaking up is really hard because as I mentioned, I was born and raised in China. So women are not supposed to speak up, and it's like I kind of got stuck, like being able to speak up my truth. And they also manifested in the physical symptoms of nose bleeding. Like I bleed, my nose bleed all the time, and it can't stop. So I was healing a lot of that, through affirmation and singing, like crystal singing bowls and chanting. And through that, it become like I work up to a certain level. It's not like completely gone, so like say I become enlightened, but to a level that I feel good about myself, being able to speak up. And then I combine this, so the blue aura layer actually become my gift. So once it become my gift, I combine my blue aura layer and orange aura layer in the sacral chakra and become a reformer. A reformer is the one that who always stand up for your friends. Justice becomes my my thing. I always stand up for my group of friends or families. And then later on in my life, I still remember that when I was a kid, I have all kinds of self-identity, especially during my teenage years, self-identity issues. And my dad was a really supporter of me, and he just gave me so much self-confidence. He praised me all the time, no matter what I do. And it really empowers my, solar plexus chakra, the yellow aura layer. So my yellow aura layer becomes my strength at the time. And I combine it, my yellow aura layer and my violet aura layer, and become like a visionary, right? And I also can choose using the aura, the yellow aura layer and the blue aura layer, become an entrepreneur. At the time, I remember I was in college and I was quite a businesswoman. I was raising funds for our student council, organizing events, and I was definitely kind of shape-shift into the entrepreneurial spirit during my college times. And later on, when I came to the US for my high education, my master's studies, I remember I met my husband, now husband, at the time a boyfriend. So my heart was really opening. I was working on my heart chakra lessons, and its green aura layer comes out, and that's when I also become a healer, combining my green aura layer and yellow aura layer to study crystal healing and offering healing to others and healing myself. And then later on in my life, I shift back to artist again, because I become a professional artist. I was in my flow, and I was working up my red aura layer soul lessons, and combining my red aura layer. That was like the hardest thing, because I have ancestral female line issues with my mom. So that relationship, it's almost there. It's getting much better now. I'm still working on it, believe me or not. And I combined that with my violet aura layer and become a researcher. And now I'm writing a book, right? So this is kind of a snapshot of my personal soul aura color journey. That's why it's important, for you to kind of reflect back on like your life, your soul development or growth journey. To use this system to help you to really grow into a radiant light being. So I hope this inspires you to check out the system. And there is the guide below, and there is the quiz below, and you can take the quiz, identify your gifts, wounds, and lessons, and started to do a little journaling and see which life period that you are in, like what aura layer you are healing from, and then use the tools that I mentioned at the end of the document to work through that challenge. No matter you work with a teacher, a healer, or you take my Flowing with Your Rainbow course, or you work it on your own. Because there are some spiritual tools that's really good for all aura layers, like meditation, crystal healing, connecting with your spirit team. I've been offering these consistently classes to students, then receiving guidance from them and receiving guidance from your own soul, while you meditate. Those are all ways to work on the self, to kind of polish all the deconditioning all these junk around our aura to become a radiant self. That's when you fully get into your flow of light. That's why I call Flowing with Your Rainbow, because you literally become all aura when all aura layers are clear, radiant and beautified. You really step into this rainbow flow state, and everything that you ever ask for will come. Synchronicities will happen. Just like this book deal with Hay House, also it's because I was working, you know, on myself so long. You know, my spirit guides tells me, okay, this is your next chapter. This is what you're going to do. You're going to help others to do the same, to find their soul's purpose and live their, you know, life of joy and fulfillment. I hope you're inspired and want to, you know, learn some more. In the following weeks, I'm going to introduce you a different way, like besides the aura color wheel system. I will definitely dive deeper, and I will also put out videos for these 36 different soul aura colors, and also 9 soul gift archetypes. And you can, you know, follow along the YouTube channel to see their descriptions and, you know, and understand different aura colors, because you might shapeshift into that particular color. And at the same time, I'm going to introduce you 7 other spiritual wisdoms for self-discovery, so that way, you know, you get a deeper understanding of who you truly are, but you still need to do the work. So, and yeah, for the weeks to come, I'm going to introduce you to Vedic astrology, you know, what to look out in Western astrology, because it can get complicated, you know, numerology, Feng Shui, birth element and Gua number, as well as human design and genie keys for more self-discovery. So comment below if you like this video and see which part really resonate with you. And I hope my personal spiritual growth journey inspired you to discover yourself. And remember, knowing others is wise, knowing yourself is enlightenment. I'll see you next week.